Okay, so I just hit start streaming and it's connected and doing its thing. It should be going.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. Here we are. Can you believe we're here?
I cannot even believe it.
We're live on YouTube. Here we are.
There we go. Now I've muted us, so now I can see the chat as it comes in if I want to.
Make an announcement that we are live on the Discord.
There you go. See if anybody wants to second screen action us.
So, what are you hoping to see at AdeptiCon? Just
Well,
because this is going now.
well, I don't think that we're going to see any more chaos stuff. I'll say that. I think a
Okay.
little bit more of what we won't see might be my preferred prediction, because we got the new Defiler, we got the Masters of Maelstrom, we got the whole
Mhm.
couple of boxes, we got that random Iron Warrior stuff that just jumped in, out of nowhere. So I
Mhm.
feel like we won't see much for me. Some stuff was missing from the little list, right? That they posted on Warcom. Old World was on the list, wasn't on the list. There goes the little dog, by the way, for those of you watching at home.
Old World's not on the list.
Yeah, so I wonder if we'll see any Old World. I always like to see some Old World. I don't think Necromunda
Middle
was
Earth.
on the list.
No, not Necromunda. Middle Earth is. I thought they weren't on the list, but apparently they are.
Yeah, I'm kind of out on Middle Earth because I don't really understand this War of the Rohirrim setting. Like I feel like in the Tolkien universe there is so much, like the movies kind of came and took over the Tolkien world. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm a little bit like, if it's not the War of the Rings, then I kind of don't need it.
That's what it is. It is Lord of the Rings.
I mean, is it? I thought it was some sort of prequel thing.
Well, the War of the Rohirrim is like a tie-in thing. It's tied. Are you talking about you don't understand the War of the Rohirrim film, or do you not understand its inclusion in the Middle Earth strategy battle game?
I had forgot completely that it was a film because I haven't seen it. No, what I'm saying is Sam and Frodo aren't on their way to Mount Doom during it, are they?
No, it's
Right. Then I don't
essentially
want it.
it takes one of the songs from uh the I think the Two Towers and then expands it into an entire film.
Yeah, no, I miss me with all of that. Oh, I forgot to hit start recording. Let's hit that and we'll reset the show. I don't think we've got any watchers, do we?
Not currently.
No, no foul. Here we go. Welcome to 40K Fanatics live stream, everybody.
We are live.
It's Shane and Austin, and if you're listening to this, we're coming to you from the past, which is no different than we always do. However, for us, it is real time, as we are going to be a second screen experience for the Adepticon reveals, the 40K reveals, the Lord of the Rings reveals. We were just talking about the Lord of the Rings strategy battles game and how I'm not with this War of the Rohirrim tie-in thing that they're doing. And you were quite surprised to see that Warhammer Lord of the Rings strategy battles was even on the list, because some stuff isn't on the list. There's no Old World on the list that they put down for the Adepticon reveals.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're probably going to show us some Old World, though. They've had a lot lately. Why not?
If it's not on the list, I don't think they'll show it.
I just can't imagine that they would do no Necromunda. Those models are so good. They only released, 2 or 3 of them at a time, it feels like. And
Yeah.
unless this whole thing is going to be 11th edition is here, 11th edition is here. I just don't know what what they're putting out because I talked about early on the live stream before I remembered to hit record for our Spotify listeners that I don't see us getting any Chaos Space Marine stuff just because we've been eating good just after that year of chaos. Strangely enough, with the new Iron Warrior stuff, the rules revealed recently for that, for the new fighty obliterators for what's his name, Corvus Marn or whatever his name is, that new character for the Iron
Mm.
Warriors. So for me personally, I don't know what we're gonna see besides 11th edition. And then we were discussing how I don't care anything about the Lord of the Rings strategy battles game unless, which I was just about to get to, and I remember to hit record, unless they're gonna bring it back to the actual Lord of the Rings that people know and love, because
Well, this is what I'm trying to get across to you is that it literally has the War of the Ring stuff in it. The War of the Rohirrim stuff is just a tie-in. It's like if you were to have Marvel Crisis Protocol and you have all your Marvel stuff, but then like a new Marvel movie came out and they came out with a pack kind of like geared for that movie. It's similar to that.
and I hear
Uh,
you there, and I understand that. But the new stuff that they've been releasing is all about the tie-in, and I don't care anything about that. Like
no,
if
they had
if
a
if Sam and Frodo aren't on the
they
way to the
yeah,
Mount Doom, then I don't need it.
but they literally just released new Sam and Frodo.
Did they?
They had I believe Shelob was the newest miniature they've released.
I
A
did
Shelob update.
I did see that, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
Uh, so we'll see. We'll see. I imagine it'll be. I hope it's more of that kind of stuff and less of the whatever that animated movie tie-in was. You think we'll get Steel Legion? That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Now that that's kind of on everyone's bingo as the wild card is that we actually do get Steel Legion.
Does it make a ton of sense for 40K to bother to remake these old kits or to update and re-release this whole new thing of stuff that they already did? Or should they just do like a made to order for Steel Legion and all those other guard regiments? What do you think?
Well, they've been doing made to orders for a while now. About every year, they'll do a made to order for one regiment. And Steel Legion got a made to order a couple years ago already. So that makes them doing another one kind of uh, not not likely to happen. They'd probably pick a different one, like maybe Talarn or someone, because I don't think they've had a made to order in over a decade. But they could just have these regiments be stuck on made to order. If they don't want to kind of support them with plastics, so that could be one way. If they wanted to, they could maybe even I don't know. Old World has a ton of old metal releases going on with it. So if they wanted to bring back some of the old regiments using some of the, I guess, metal casting infrastructure they've been using for Old World, that may be a path to go for them to go down, but I'm not sure.
It will be funny if they're like, and the Steel Legion are back
Yeah.
with all of the various kits that will make them exactly like Krieg and the way that
Mhm.
we build armies, the way the data cards work now. Uh, After everybody has lost their mind, and after they said, "Oh, by the way, if you need Steel Legion today, paint them yellow," right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also am with them 100% on the just paint your Krieg yellow because I don't see but a hair's
No,
breadth of difference myself.
the coats are different. The
They're not
gas
much
masks
different.
are
They're
different.
not much different.
The one has goggles that come off their head. The other one, the goggles are built into the mask.
Close enough for
And
government work.
one's based on World War II, one's based on World War One. I don't. You have two wolves inside you. One is Krieg. One is Steel Legion. That's what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. Our faceless gas masked regiments need some bifurcation. You're saying. Let's think of what else could be. Who hasn't got
Yeah.
who hasn't got touched very heavily lately? Gene Stealer cult. like probably number one with a bullet. They have such a random hodgepodge of kits, in my opinion. Every time I've played against them, I just think, what is this stuff? What era is it really from? It it doesn't it I feel like the sort of design language doesn't really speak to much that is current now, you know?
Well, it's funny you say that because they're one of the more modern armies.
I feel like they're almost a proto-modern army though.
Well, they came out 7th edition going into 8th, which I mean is ancient history for you, but that's kind of like where custodians come from, where knights come from. Uh, it's kind of that bring they're part of that bringing back things from the background in the older editions and bringing them back new. That's what the whole Gene Stealer cult release was, and they're odd in that they are three armies. They are Gene Stealer cults, they're Tyranids, and they are Imperial Guard. In
Yeah,
in
and
their
and
ability to bring all these together.
and the guard part is like super just an afterthought, it feels like. Um, the other thing too is like here's part of why I feel like when I play against Gene Stealer Cult, because that's the only time I ever do anything with them. So you have like your gosh, I mean, here I'm about to show my ass on what Gene Stealer Cult units are called, but the little four-armed guys, the actual Gene Stealers, that then get led
Gene
by
Stealers.
yeah, that then get led by a bigger Gene Stealer.
Yeah, a patriarch.
I think so. And then he's on an oval base, and that to me is how you tell something is from that in between time, because we're just almost on the whole not doing that anymore. You know what I mean? Like if they if
Uh,
if if they come out with new Gene Stealers today, they're going to be first of all very, I imagine, Termagant looking, right?
well,
Little
no,
gribbly.
we literally just had new Gene Stealers.
When?
Believe the refresh with Tyranids, they had new Gene Stealers.
Well, that could be. But then that other guy on his oval base will just be a big old giant thing on a 40, you know? Because he's the odd
The
man out.
patriarch. Let me look at him if he's actually on it. Because I'm looking at him right now. The one he's sitting on a pipe, right?
I think he is sitting on a pipe.
Okay, he is actually on I think a 40 or 60.
Well, then he must not be the guy I'm talking about. I think they've got a couple of options that end up leading piles of bug men. Now, real quick, because we are keeping up with the live stream, which if this goes real well, maybe we'll live stream more often. I don't know if we have
Hmm.
any viewers whatsoever, but the folks over on Spotify will still get our takes here. Uh, but the Adepticon live is the link is up. It's going off in 4 minutes. It's counting down. So get that open on your screen, Austin. I would go and look up this Gene Stealer cult thing if I wasn't afraid of random sound coming through our
Yeah.
live
I mean,
stream
I'm
and
looking at
everything
it right
else.
now. I'm looking at it right now.
Good. Um, Look, to my eye, the Gene Stealers look old. And their whole, I mean, look, let's be honest, their entire army acts funny. I think we can agree on that.
I
The,
like it. They're my favorite to fight.
I think they're neat, but their army rule has had, I believe, 3 iterations because it started off and you just got stuff, you kind of just got stuff back, and then that didn't work in a similar way that the Necrons are always funny to, or are always funny to balance, and then there was a then there was a different kind of thing, and then finally they came out with like a points buy off a menu where the things that you could pay to bring in were different points, and you got so many points depending on the size of the battle, and it was just a whole rigmarole.
Hmm.
So I could see them getting some attention. There's talk about the orcs. I don't know. I don't know about them.
Orcs are getting it
You think so?
today. We're seeing orcs today.
Well, that'll be interesting. Um, the orcs are great because I feel like that where squatty marines look supremely silly next to new stuff, right? Like your old
Hmm.
even Chaos Marines. It doesn't matter. Just old Marines look silly next to new Marines. I feel like new orcs and old orcs are going to play together lovely because they're already
Hmm.
so uh, disparate. And then by the time you mix them all together and have a group of 20 orc boys running around, you know, you might have 3 generations of those dudes in the same unit, with
Hmm.
choppas held high, and they're all different shades of green because who's keeping track of uh, their painting recipes for that long, right? So that'll
Yeah.
be that'll be fun.
I'm gonna hit you real quick with more Gene Stealer stuff. I've looked through every character, and the only one I'm seeing on an oval is the Jekyll Alphas, which is their bike character.
Interesting. I wonder if I played
So
against
whoever you're
somebody
playing with,
with an old one, possibly.
maybe.
Get in the comments. Let us know about Gene Stealers. Does anybody play them? Do you play against anybody that plays them? Um, what else? What else might we see? Age of Sigmar.
Well,
What
we
do
have
you think?
under.
They're gonna shut
We're
down Age of
going.
Sigmar.
They're gonna tell everyone, "Sorry guys, burn your armies. World's gone."
Right, right. We're done with Age of Sigmar entirely. My Night
Hmm.
Haunt are never going to get any play because everybody knows when a new edition or a new game comes out, the old game ceases to exist.
Hmm.
Did you know that? Did you
Yeah,
know that?
that's how it works.
Yeah. So the other day we played eighth edition 40K, but how did we do that? Because it doesn't
I,
exist anymore.
yeah, I don't know. We just kind of it just happened.
How do we figure it out? I don't understand.
I think we had an old book
A
laying
book, you
around.
say? Like with
Yeah, a
words
book
and
that never
pages?
goes bad. Yeah.
Right, right. So stick that in your pipe, Age of Sigmar, folks. You're still going to be able to play Age of
Okay.
Sigmar no matter what they call it in the future. Calm down.
I found the oval guy.
You found the oval guy. I didn't dream it
Yes,
up.
he is a brood lord, but his oval makes sense in that his model is kind of elongated.
Yeah,
He's jumping off a rock.
right, right. Which again, to me, to my eye, this is my opinion. I don't know anything. I'm new to this from ninth edition. 10th on. We're not doing that anymore. If you're just joining us, if we have any viewers at all for the second screen experience, we are reacting to the Adepticon 2026 reveals by GW.
Hmm.
You're not going to be able to hear it, so the idea is if you turn on their thing and mute it and listen to us, then people hate everything those guys say anyway.
It's like, yeah,
It's
we're like laugh
strange.
tracks.
Yeah, that's right. It's a little mystery science theater. I will not be able to help myself but to talk a lot about the paint jobs on these various things because I really enjoy seeing the way the heavy metal team goes off when they do these reveals. So I posted that to the TikTok earlier, the 40K Fanatics TikTok, which you can join if you want to, and follow for my sort of work in progress paintings and things. You can also join our Discord over in the description of any YouTube video that we've got, or down in the description of our Spotify. It costs absolutely nothing to join the Discord, and you can post
Hmm.
your models. You can keep up with what we've got going on. You can get the best, latest announcements. And once again, it costs how much?
Zero.
Zero
Nothing.
dollars. Um, we also need your help if you enjoy us. We need you to subscribe. We need you to rate, review, if you will. Rate it 5 stars or don't. I'm just being honest. It's a means to an end for us. And if you listen on Spotify and you've always wondered what we look like, you can go over to the YouTube where all the episodes are posted exactly the same. Uh, they're
Hmm.
posted a little bit later. I think we post on Monday morning for YouTube versus Friday on Spotify. But we've got video now. You can see us, and we're very pretty. And Austin often has his boobies out.
No, I do not.
No, no, he doesn't. He did wear a very aggressive looking shirt today.
Oh yeah, you like my Pitbull shirt? It says loyalty.
Pitbull? Like
I think it's Pitbull. It's
like
like
Fireball? Oh, like
it's like
DMX, like a dog.
yeah, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's yeah,
Got it from Walmart.
little little airbrush art there. Okay, why is their live stream not started yet?
That's what I'm wondering.
Come on.
It's working on Twitch apparently. Oh boy, here we go. I'm going to Twitch.
Here
Everyone
we
go to Twitch.
go. I'm gonna hold out right here. I'm gonna hold out right here and see what's happening. You know, it's
Where
funny.
is
GW is not good at this. They love a live, and they're not good at them because we talked about how it could be strange if we end up having to do a lot of filling because they can't get their stream together, right? And here we are, 2-3 minutes now past the time, and people getting upset
Warhammer?
on
What is our? What is their Twitch?
Oh,
Because I found
who
Warhammer
knows?
TV is offline.
Well, great.
So, Warhammer Live will return in 2017. Happy holidays is what their little splash screen has.
That's not good. It's not good. Well, we said we'd end up needing to fill, and now we need to fill. So you mentioned Underworlds, the Necromunda
Yeah, Underworld.
of Age of Sigmar, if you ask me. Which
I'm on. I've got their stream open
on Twitch. Are they doing
Yes.
stuff? I'm
Let
gonna
me
refresh mine and
monitor.
see if something happens. Nothing.
If you need a link, I have it. Would you like a link?
Well, sure.
Okay, I will post this in our chat. We have our secret chat. There is a link to click. Okay, something happened and the video cut out.
Whose video?
Their video.
Oh, I thought you meant our video because
Hold on,
I can't
I'm trying to monitor.
Oh Lord. Okay, so I can't take a message in our super secret chat because it's not secret. It shows up over our videos. So I'm stuck with what I've got is where we are, which is okay. It's perfectly fine. You feel me?
What'd you say? I was trying to figure out what they're saying.
I said that I can't get your Twitch link because our super secret chat goes in front of our faces.
Okay.
So I'm stuck where I am.
Okay, well, what I'm seeing is a 6-minute video that cuts out on Twitch.
All right, well, I think that they're just going to have to figure it out. So, let's reset the show. People on Spotify, welcome. I know this whole thing is old news to you, but you might just like to have stuff to listen to while you do whatever it is you do while you listen to us. In fact, I would like to know, we have one fan who jogs while they listen to us, and that just feels crazy. What do you do while you listen to your random 40K podcast? I would like to know. Now, in the event we end up with any live viewers, hello, I'm Shane, that's Austin, and we're 40K Fanatics Podcast, where we talk about everything having to do with Warhammer 40,000, Old World. We touch on Age of Sigmar if we have to, and many, many other miniature war games, because we tend to play them. Right now, it's on the way. In fact, you know what? I just remembered. My bolt action stuff is on the way, Austin. It's already coming. Yes, it is. Some of it was made to order and everything, and Warlord Games got it out.
Now, what would be a good place for me to send this link to you to watch this?
There isn't one.
Okay.
That's the short answer, because so, folks, for our live stream, which we are brand new to, we did a short test stream yesterday when we decided we would do this. We found that we have a couple of technical limitations. And one is that anything that comes out of my computer is going to be broadcast to you. And so we're trying to avoid those embarrassing situations where some tab at the background of my browser plays God knows what, because that would be amateurish. It would make us look like some busters. We don't want to look like GW in a live stream being some busters, do we?
Yeah.
And
Well, I
so,
wish I could get you. If you can get to their Twitch page, that's where it is.
well, let's try it then. I don't. You know what? Do you use Twitch much?
I don't use Twitch outside of these streams
Yeah, me
that they're
neither.
doing.
Is it Games Workshop or is it? Oh,
It's
here
just
it is,
Warhammer.
right up front. Here they are. And there's an ad. See, trying to play sound to you. See what I'm saying? All right.
Yeah, I had a nice Olive Garden ad.
Oh, I don't know what mine is. Now, if I can get the closed captions on, we will really be fancy. Show them.
It says closed caption disabled, at least for me.
Oh, well, that's cute.
Essentially, it sounds like they are just
Spinning their
filling for
wheels
time
until
for
they get the
yeah,
YouTube
for
to work. Yeah,
yeah.
there
They're
they are.
answering some kind of question about Still Legion and Armageddon.
Well, this is another thing that we wanted to avoid is, and it's the reason why we hope there's a lot of visuals to this reveal show, rather than these guys talking on this booth. Are those a couple of
Yeah,
tables just turned on their side in front of the thing? What do they have going on there? Those barriers
I
to
have
block
no
all their
idea.
cables. Oh no, no, oh no! One's gotten up and left. He's got to go sort out the he's got to go sort out the stream. I imagine. Leaving his
Yeah,
is it Secret Lab
yeah. The Secret Lab
Ultramarine chair?
game, yeah, Ultramarine gaming chair, useful for playing Space Marine 2. Now available on all consoles.
Yeah, Space Marine 2, or has the new oh gosh, what's the RTS one? Dawn of War? Has the new Dawn of War come out yet?
I don't think it's out.
You know what I'm waiting on still, and I feel like that all
What?
the hype and everything is just gone from it at this point. Is the new oh, the boomer shooter one?
Oh yeah, bolt gun.
Yeah, the new bolt gun. I kept wanting to say bolt
Yeah.
action, because we've been playing that. But yeah, the new bolt gun. They announced it. They're like, it's coming out this year. And man, when they said this year, they meant like any old time, apparently. But also, they announced it way back. It feels like before Christmas or anything. So I kind of assumed, all right, that'll be a first quarter 26 release, then you would think.
Yeah.
And they don't even have, last I checked, there's not even a month or anything. It's crazy. Oh no, I've messed up. I've misclicked. Are we still alive? Yes, we are. Yeah, there appear to be no closed captions, which I think that's a Twitch thing. Twitch is not so
I'd hate to be
fancy.
there trying to filibuster this.
If you were them in front of an audience who
Yeah, in
is
front of a
getting
bunch
upset,
of audience, yeah, get just like waiting for the announcements and everything, and just trying to, like, hey, how about that Still Legion? Yeah, whoa, wasn't that wacky? Who's playing Warhammer this week? Yeah, wow, you guys winning? Looking over your shoulder, being like, oh my gosh, when's the stream gonna start?
yeah, I don't know, man. I can't figure out these guys. It's the same guys as technical difficulties. Please stand by. Classic GW in a live stream. It makes no sense to
Surprised
me.
surprised they don't have something like, nurgling in the system, watch out.
I
Trogoths are eating the cables.
I don't think they have that much. I don't think they're quite that dexterous in this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's my thing though. I met a guy once. He was the son of a pilot that I know,
Mhm.
and he, we were sitting backstage at a show, and I was like, "What do you do?" He says, "Man, I handle like live sporting events and and sort of live streams for concerts and things like big stuff, like
Yep.
MLS soccer, college basketball, things that are on real TV." And his whole job is that he takes the feed from ESPN cameras, for instance, and then makes sure that it is sent out and that it actually sends and that it works so that you can stream it. And he's just a
Hmm.
guy that you can pay money, and he brings a sack full of gear and some computers to make this work. And I don't think that it's impossibly expensive to hire his services. And
Oh, hey! I got Still Legion.
well, we have
Still Legion.
yes,
Are you seeing it? Still
I'm.
Legion reveal. They're
Is
coming.
it?
Still Legion. Told you. Yeah, look at that. Still Legion.
Did they did they just play that by accident?
I guess they did. Unless this is all one big like 4D chess move.
I thought I thought I was watching some Yarick sizzler. Um,
Yeah, I thought they like threw that on to like fill time, but
that's what I
apparently
thought.
Still Legion's coming. Yeah,
Okay, so there's still
that's like
Legion.
yeah,
All right, so that's hilarious. That's
yeah,
hilarious. We had the painting tutorial of Paint Your Krieg Yellow. Everybody lost their mind. I've noticed too that
yeah.
GW is not even on X anymore. They don't even participate because it is
Oh,
just a
really?
cesspool of hatred, right? But they're paying attention. Oh, technical difficulties, please stand by. Who knows? That might have been for what's the next major thing that would have a Warhammer reveal?
Kill. I don't know. That could have been Kill Team.
No, I'm saying did we just get an LVO
Yeah,
reveal 2026? Like these
yeah.
guys, these guys.
Wait, that could have been like the closing of the preview. Even could
There's
be like,
no
oh yeah, we got
there's
one more thing.
there's literally no telling because it was
Yeah.
really short. I don't believe was there a model in that?
No, it was just concept art,
Crazy.
which
Crazy.
which is what they did for Sisters when the Sisters refresh happened back in 2019. Is they just released concept art for like months, saying, "Hey guys, we're working on it."
So I've noticed in their
So they're
I've noticed in their live streams they have a weird thing going on where they've got like a playlist of videos, it appears, and then maybe they're just using OBS and they're like camera 1 is the two dudes, and then source, scene 2 is the videos, and then but the problem is they kind of have to hit play on the videos when they want them, and if they just click the wrong thing it seems to play the video, right?
mhm,
Because in the last one they did of this, I forget what that event was, they they had videos playing on top of each other, which is
yeah.
ridiculous. So, oh, oh, and now we're getting the second part because I was just about to say I
Oh yeah,
imagine there was that concept art sizzler and then a second
yeah,
video clip of models, which appears to be what we might be getting now. So if you're watching
yeah.
along,
Here's
there's video playing on the Twitch.
it's new. It's a new guard. Your little Reki. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's a new
It's a little armored car.
yeah, what are those guys called? So it's a lot of
Oh, a half
Cadians.
track. Look, a half track.
Up, and there's some new sisters. I think we saw that one leaked. There's a new guard transport. Now we're getting clips of orcs on bikes that look. Oh, that guy's incredible. We've got an orc on a new bike. We got the return of Yarick. Return to the war world.
Oh, that guy. That guy. I think that's Wazdaka. He's a named character.
Oh yeah. Well, he'll
Yeah,
be
he's
great.
he's from a codex. Yeah, several codexes ago.
They're playing these videos by accident at this point, or just to keep to keep from a riot taking place in the hall there, aren't they?
It seems like it. It seems like what they're doing is they're playing these videos. They're doing essentially the reveals, but just like not very good. Very not very goodly. They're not doing this very
Wazdeka
goodly.
Gutsmech is the guy, and
Yeah,
he's
that's
incredible.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, named after Wazdaka Red.
Well, you know,
So they have his audio.
if
Yeah,
it's red, it goes faster.
yeah, they have the audio of the announcer like underneath this like video footage, but he's like extremely quiet.
Yeah, that's another thing that they don't seem to have a very good solution for is their microphones. Eh, Look, my flying around the country days are over. I don't ever want to do it again. TSA doesn't even hardly exist right now, except they still want to put you through the line. So I don't want to
Yeah,
fly to Adepticon to be their technical guy, but they might need to holler at your boy. Like
this is
a a
it's
back
ridiculous. It's
a,
every single time.
a backpack full of sound gear and a tested ahead of time live stream setup, and I think we'd be looking good because it's not like they're lacking for cameras and input devices and whatnot. Hippogriff
Yeah,
AFV for the Cadians there is being shown. It's a little six-wheel APC with a really big cannon on it.
I don't
That's
think it's an
kind
APC. It's a
of well, whatever an
just a little,
AFV.
you know, armored fighting vehicle.
Yeah, that's a giant cannon for such a tiny little thing. Oh, but there are options. You got a multi-melta option, a Gatling option, and then the great big anti-tank gun option, I suppose. It's kind of funny because
Yeah.
the multi-melta is the anti-tank option, isn't it? But
Not anymore. Not since 10th edition.
um, but then in case you guys are keeping score at home, the stream over on YouTube still doesn't show anything.
Isn't that lovely?
Do we have any viewers ourselves? I wonder. We don't.
I
Just
think
some of you.
we're we're getting like one that pops in and out. So who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably people clicking every live thing they can find over on YouTube to try to find where this actually is. There's a Centaur RSV. Now that one is a half track, open topped,
Yeah.
with a nice little touch there of a canopy that is rolled up on top. So the idea that you can keep the
Mhm.
rain out, I love that. I imagine that thing's got to be
Um,
firing deck 10 or 12, don't you?
oh yeah, see the little windows that drop down, perfect for pointing rifles out of. I like when Guard gets these kind of real world inspired vehicles going on.
Well, and that's what I was
Well,
trying
now
to
what?
say about that six-wheel armored car looking thing. It feels like there's some real world kind of inspiration. This thing's incredible. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have one of these, whether you play your guard very much or not. That's just great.
Hmm.
I tell you,
It's a perfect looking. Yeah.
the temptation to pack the top of it with dudes sticking out the top too is heavy.
Like, yeah, this is a great alternative to a Rhino. Like if you don't want to run a Rhino, not a Rhino, I mean the Chimera. If you
Yes,
don't want to run a Chimera, you can just run this thing. Like look at that.
and it
It's
and
it's beautiful seeing a half track like that.
yeah, who are the guys in the guard that are like their what are they special forces? The guys with the jump packs and all that.
Yeah, the Tempestus signs,
Yeah,
stormtroopers.
so when they were showing the big list, there's Commissar Graves, so that one's going to have to be added to your Commissar collection. He's got a great looking power fist.
I think that's a woman.
Oh, is it?
Is it? I don't know. Well, I'm not sure anymore now.
It's a big cloak. It's a big old jacket and a big belt. Got the high belt.
Well, I'm
That
looking.
the
You know,
belt's not
I'm
holding
looking at the
anything up.
face.
It's just closing the jacket. I'm having to watch this quite small on my TV, so it's a bit tough for me. However, when they were showing the little sizzle reel, it looked like there was some new Tempestus Zion transports, like that Commissar Graves there is standing in. Uh, because yeah, look at that. Now, if they change what is happening here? Are there two Commissar Graves? No, they haven't changed.
It seems like no. You can take a Commissar Graves on foot, or you can take Commissar Graves mounted in a Commissar half track, like a command vehicle.
That's crazy. So that's two different kits, right? Or do you get the on
It is a
foot?
woman. I just heard she.
Okay. So do you get the Commissar Graves on foot in the kit with the half track? Surely you do.
It says 2 Citadel miniatures, so I assume that's what it is.
Okay, well that's really nice. They're now spinning the box house too fast to see the back, where
Yeah,
we might actually be able to tell what's happening. Somebody will freeze frame
I
that for
possibly. I
Twitter.
think I saw. Yeah, I think I saw a. Yeah, I think
A
I'm seeing the
vehicle and
second
then a
model.
person next to the side. Right.
Mhm.
That's great. I tell you
Yeah,
what.
this is perfect.
Yep. Okay, so now we're just randomly having some Adeptus Sororitas. Intransia Fray, Dogmata Superior. And
I'm not entirely sold on her herself.
so she's on a walking throne weapon. Throne
Yes,
tank.
we've seen this. We've seen this before in Warhammer with one of the Inquisitors.
Well, I like it because I like everything. But I think this is, you know what? Here's my thing with this, because it's strange, right? If it were if it was an ultramarine character on a walking chair, foul on the play. Because the sisters have got like the Triumph of St. Catherine, which is a procession walking down stairs that moves around the battlefield, right? And other
Mhm.
things, I forget the other character that's like up in a floating pulpit kind of thing. No foul on the play. Now we're
Oh,
in
look at this.
Imperial Agents. Inquisitor Croyle. This is a guy on a horse monster, and he's very. Oh gosh, what is he? He looks very
He's a member
16th.
of the Ordos. Yeah,
He's very 16th century musketeer looking type of thing or something.
he's a member. He's a member of the Ordos Xenos. So he's an alien hunter.
On an alien horse, because those guys do not understand irony or hypocrisy, do they?
Well, no, it's okay if the aliens are like dumb beasts, but if they're like intelligent, it's not okay.
I see. He's neat. He's kind of a sniper ranger guy. He
I think he's got an Eldar rifle.
there's a lot of neat influence going on with him though, because he's like oh, you know how oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I believe it was World War One in the desert. It's an epic movie, Lawrence of Arabia. You remember how Lawrence and his guys
Mhm.
got down? They're on the horses with the long rifles.
Yeah.
I feel he's got a lot of that going on, and I'm not mad at it. Um, for those keeping track at home, the YouTube live is still not happening, so there's that. The Return of Yarick Armageddon Crusade pack is what we've got. So you got new detachments, you've got your lore, you've got your other thing. I suppose all these new units are going to be in that, and I'm really enjoying this new look Crusade book thing. I might have to get one of these, as I like to play Crusade anyway. Uh,
Hmm.
Perhaps some people would like to play Armageddon with me. Which, was there not just an Armageddon Crusade book of the old style that came out?
I think there was because I had heard people say they liked that.
Right. But it was a single book, and this is like the new version, the 500 Worlds, the Masters of the
Yeah.
Maelstrom, all that.
Hmm.
So I think it's interesting we've ended up with two. Now, the question ultimately becomes, is this,
Now look at that, a box set.
yeah, a box of Cadians with a lot of tanks? That is the army box that has been lacking for the guard lately. Yep, you
I
get,
think it's a nice. You get the Roll Dorn, you get the 2 recce vehicles, and then you get a half track, and you get guys to stick in the half track.
yeah, that's
This
right.
is
The
a
the the
perfectly viable box.
yeah, the little sprue of Cadians is just dudes to kit bash your half track with, really.
No, they ride in the half track. You just run them up the battle. What I'm saying is, this is this box makes the most sense out of like a lot of things they've released lately.
Oh no, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I want like
Yeah.
eight guys in the back of that half track sticking out. So I would
Mhm.
just, I would just like, chop those dudes up. And we've got the orc box as well, battalion box. It looks like Def Coptas, and a couple of vehicles. Again, I feel like with orcs, I feel like orcs and Black Legion are the two armies that really work well for having just a contingent of a thing. And so if you're lacking a couple of orc vehicles, like a mechanized force for your orcs, then that box is great. And then there's an
Mhm.
Adeptus Sororitas box, and this one is kind of funny. I can't name my Adeptus Sororitas girls. They've got the little power suits. They've got the character that leads the choppy girls times two, it might appear.
Yeah. I want to shout out real quick to Trey Kinley 3499. We have a chat. I pity those men who have to host with so many problems. I do not blame them. Blame him for trying to keep hype, but one man can only do so much with no planning and setup. That's very true.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy, isn't it? Like it just throwing those guys to the dogs every time.
Yeah.
Here's a Death Watch box just coming out of the wall. Now this is the
Now
Death Watch kill team,
my
I believe.
yeah. My Twitch has frozen, and I'm trying to get it back open. I'm not having a lot of ability to watch this currently, so
It
I'm just taking whatever you say.
Yeah, well, it appears from the Twitch chat that the audio is getting worse. So the whole thing appears to be coming down. But there's a battalion box for the Death Watch. It looks like there's a character that I don't recognize. And then the Death Watch kill team and their I can't name any of this stuff. Their plane, the Death Watch plane that everybody has, the transport. Uh,
Hmm.
so that's a great box. If again, I like it when the boxes are a little contingent of a thing that can go with something you already have, possibly. Okay, now we're into Weta Workshop stuff. Just checking. It appears they've
What
given
helmets
up.
are we getting?
It appears they've given up entirely on the YouTube stream. So there's that. 20,000 people are watching on Twitch though. I wonder how many people are checking us out. Uh, just Trey Kinley.
That's fine. We'll take Trey Kinley.
They've got a statue of Mephiston coming out, so that's cool.
Yeah, if you want to spend probably over $1,000 on this, if you're such a Mephiston fan, good for you. Enjoy your new statue.
These
Sorry if that sounds negative.
Yeah, these Weta Workshop things don't make a lot of sense to me because it's a model of a model. And I get you don't have to
Yeah.
paint it, but and it's bigger, okay? Um you know what somebody needs to invent and sell, and I'm sure that such a thing exists and has forever, but wouldn't it be cool if you had like a case that was like a magnifying sort of case where from some angle you could
Hmm.
have like a miniature in this case, and if you stand in front of it, it would appear that big. I think that would be awesome.
Uh,
That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
You could put your display piece in
I
there,
don't
and then
know.
when your friends come over, they would be able to really see it.
I don't know if you want to see a miniature blown up that big. If it's unless it's like
It depends. It
an
depends on
actual
how
like
well you paint.
deep. Yeah, if you're a demon level painter, maybe, but like you're kind of run of the mill like paint, just tabletop quality and above. I don't know. You'll see a lot of those imperfections
I've got
and
some
things
judge.
that
I have
aren't
some
meant to
Judge
be
Dredd
seen.
minis that you could blow up to big as your head. They'll hold up.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, he's 1/6 scale, so that means he's 12 inches tall. I mean, well, he may be 15 inches tall if it's actually 1/6 scale. The idea of the scale is a 6-foot man is whatever the scale is, right? At least that's
Yeah.
how it is in
My whole
toys.
problem with my problem with these statues is they're such a luxury good that I'm never going to be able to afford. That's just like, okay, cool, I guess. It's whatever.
Yeah, I imagine in the next podcast you'll have some rebuttals on the AMA that that I did the other day when you were on your honeymoon. But we discussed a little bit about, I had the question of, is Warhammer too expensive, and I basically say no. But people are gonna ultimately, that entire discussion is kind of dumb because people are gonna spend money on whatever they feel like spending money on. And so
Hmm.
one man's expensive is one guy's cheap. And for somebody,
Yeah.
$1,200 or whatever it's going to be for a Mephiston statue is just going to be a random impulse buy. They'll be like, oh, I need that. It'll go right next to my other Weta Workshops Warhammer statues that I bought because I've got the other three. You know, now they're showing off a
Hmm.
helmet that you can actually put on your head. It looks kind of silly. Um,
I
is
like
that
can't get Twitch to open now.
well? You're not missing anything. They're back to the guys. They have one microphone between them now. That's what's happened. They have one microphone between them. One of the guys is one guy is leaned vaguely in the direction of the microphone, but he continues to look away. And I imagine his audio
Hmm.
just disappears in that moment. The other guy seems wholly oblivious to the microphone's existence. Now we've got jets going by, Warhammer, something crashing, some sort of aerial battle taking place, Annus Aeronautica
I was.
Imperialis, which I thought was
Oh,
gone.
hey,
Reporting in May
not yet. That's
2026. Well, that's all right. On Warhammer
like
Plus.
a TV show. Is that what it is?
It could be. It could be. Now it's frozen,
Oh,
but I don't know if it's supposed to be. Let's see. Top Gun Warhammer, says a commenter on the Twitch. And no, it's just frozen.
yeah. Now,
Yeah.
this is disappointing in that I know there was a big Aeronautica Imperialis like fan base of like diehard like fighter pilots out there. And if I was one of them, I'd be kind of upset in that. Okay, your game's not returning. This is just a an animation. Maybe it's nice that you're kind of getting a bit of the spotlight on you, but it's like you're not getting your game back.
Oh, a slideshow has changed to a very okay. So now we have a still, presumably of the show, and it looks very Clone Wars to me.
I was just about to say it looks like it's from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, for a second I thought maybe somebody had accidentally slid in a different IP slide, but why would they do that? It sure would be cool if if these moving pictures moved. Oh, we have another still. Oh, it's a Aldari person in a jet.
I thought that was Daft Punk.
It does look a bit Daft Punk. I have to say, for those of you listening on Spotify afterwards, uh, I don't know how clear a picture of this thing you're getting, but our picture has not been any clearer. We're back to the guys with the one microphone. They're talking about something. It appears, I don't know if you're listening to them, but the chat appears that they can't make it heads or tails of anything they're saying. And now we're on to Kill Team. So, uh, Kill Team, I think they just skipped a video. I have no idea who these guys are. A new Kill Team.
The audio's horrible.
Are they? I mean, they must be Guard.
They're
Are these new Catachan?
Cadians. No, these are Cadians,
Okay.
but they're like special forces Cadians. Mine's like buffering every like 5 seconds.
Okay, and they're fighting a new Tyrannid monster. It looks like one of those burrowing things, which, again, the Red Terror is what they're calling it. Uh, so this is one of those boss battle box sets, which I think are cool.
Oh, the Red Terror's back.
Yes, the Terror on Devlin. It's the Spectre Squad, is what they're calling this kill team. A veteran sergeant. He looks cool. I mean, let me tell you one thing, folks, for all of those following along with us for these reveals, every model's excellent. They're all excellent. They're all painted immaculately. And now I've got the buffering on the Twitch. They're really coming apart at the seams on this live stream. But I like this boss battle thing. I've played one of these in-store events for Marvel Crisis Protocol where you know, 3 or 4 people take some chunk of dudes, you know, in this case Marvel dudes, and then they fight like a super powerful boss character that has, you know, sort of some let's call it logic circuits, because AI doesn't feel like something that we want to say anymore.
Did the stream die?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've got a hands on head on Twitch and F's in chat. They have
Yeah.
completely
So
dropped the ball.
So
But
here's an idea. Oh, they are on YouTube. Let me check if YouTube's going. YouTube is going.
okay, I'll
They're on
refresh it
YouTube.
because mine still had not shown anything. Nope.
Unless it's dead on YouTube now.
Well, mine still doesn't
Okay.
show it on YouTube, so that may, you know, your mileage may vary.
Okay.
I just refreshed, unless they've got a whole new link. Oh, it's an entirely different link that took place. So it is going on YouTube,
YouTube looks
but
like
it,
YouTube's dead as well.
yeah, so it just died. So they lost the
So
feed from their
here's
end.
an yeah. So here's an idea of what they're doing. Okay. Do you think what they do is they are told, hey, you're doing this Warhammer preview. Here's a laptop. Stream it from like the hotel Wi-Fi. You
Yes.
think that's what they're doing?
Yeah, that is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run the program on this laptop off the hotel Wi-Fi.
Right, and see that's what that guy that I was telling you about does. Okay, we're back. We're back at the start of the video of this clip, the terror on Devlin. Um, but let's talk about this like boss battle kind of thing. I really like that, and I also think that Kill Team, when played straight match play, it's a little bit samey same all the time, if you ask me. But when you play it in what they call what is it, open battlefield or something, where you basically where you use whatever terrain you have, you can do a lot with
Yeah.
it. It makes a fine game engine to get an answer to a question, you know, to play like a narrative game of what do these 6 Space Marines do against these, you know, Aldari dudes. Because they Kill Team works with a random mission generator deck now, which works really well. Um, these models look really good. This guy with a stub gun, you know, oh, a Vox relay beacon. That one we needed to see close up for sure. It's a servo skull with a satellite dish.
Looks like their audio is dead as well. So we're not hearing anything. We're just seeing the models go like back and forth.
Yep. Which is fine. I mean, ultimately, it feels like that the people, even when they have one of these reveals, that what was the one that was pre-recorded 2 or 3 reveals back? So it actually made some sense, and people got so angry in the live chat about anytime they were talking, they just wanted to see the models. But
Mhm.
this has gotten particularly pitiful because apparently they can't play the
Oh, look, the
playlist
stub
of
gunner.
right the stub gunner, which we've seen twice now. They seem to not be able to even get the clips to play in order, which is sad. The YouTube stuck. Um, so this thing must be that burrowing monster that the Tyranids use, you know, that does all the mortal wounds when it pops up, which I find
Yeah,
very
the Red
obnoxious.
Terror. Yeah, it's like a named character for the Tyranids.
Oh, that's great.
He's been around before, but as a smaller model, a much smaller model. He's much larger this time. Uh, his whole thing is his special rule was he could eat entire models whole. So he could go up to a character, do a roll off, and just eat the character.
That's neat. The
Yeah,
Tyranids
your
need
little
more.
space ring captain
Yeah, the Tyranids need more
just
love,
swallow
man.
whole.
I like them. Everybody's just spamming fix audio over on the Twitch. That's all. That's all they're saying. It's sad. As
They
the
should
homie
come over and
Trey,
watch us.
yeah, they should just come over and watch us. I'm just gonna
What about the homie Trey?
uh over there
Oh,
in the YouTube in our own YouTube live chat how he he's right. It's a bad
yeah,
situation for these hosts to be in.
no, this is. It may sound like we're dogging these guys, but we're just. It's like watching kind of a train crash. You're not cheering it on. You're just kind of wincing as it's happening. Looks like they got some kind of audio now, but it's incredibly. It's more quiet than it was earlier.
Incredible. Well,
It's neat. You see the look at the piece of the column coming off as it crashes through. That's
yeah,
molded onto the claw.
I noticed there was a bazooka person in the in that guard regiment too. They look great. So that's a neat box. We've had it on the list for Nemesis Operatives Dossier is the book that is going to come with this. Um, we've had it on the list for a
So
while.
is that like a boss
Is
battle book?
what's that?
I said, is this a boss battle book?
I think
Because
it
you're,
could it
you're
could
seeing
be.
a dreadnought versus orcs.
Yeah, it could be a boss battle book, which would be nice. Um, I was just going to say that we've had it on the list for a while. Is Kill Team just Shadow 40K release the game? And
Hmm.
this absolutely is that. Okay, here's another
Yeah,
Kill Team thing, the Archivist, which is some sort of monster.
this is an old. This is an older model. He came out. This guy came out in Blackstone Fortress back in like 2019, 2018.
He
I
did
think
not
he's just now getting a
he did not look like this though, did he?
standalone release. Pretty
Oh, the
sure he did. He may. I don't know.
the Amble is back.
Yeah, these are old models. Yeah,
Are they old models or are they new models of old things?
I, I think these are re-release models because this looks just like the other one.
I don't know. I've seen pictures of the Amble and he did not look like that. I think that's a
I've
new.
seen pictures of the Amble. He looks just like that. Let me
Hmm.
look it up.
Look it up. I can't look up anything, but the Amble's cool.
Yeah, that's literally the same model. That's the
Really?
same model.
Wow.
Yeah, these are just they're re-releases of Blackstone Fortress stuff.
Interesting. And then you've got the book to do boss fights against them in Kill Team, which I think is great. Um, will those monsters get 40k
Looks like
rules?
Horus Heresy.
Horus Heresy
I think
time,
Horus
or is
Heresy.
it Spartan Prometheus assault tank? It's it's a Land Raider.
If you guess vehicle for every Horus Heresy release, you're gonna get it like right just about half the time.
Well, yeah, Horus Heresy I feel like is such a neat thing because it lets you play essentially it's the same thing as Age of Sigmar is to Old World, right? You get to play like an old school 40k, but then it's like they cheaped out because it's just Marines versus Marines. So you've got no variation really of Marines. It's just you buy a box of Marines and you paint them whatever color you want for the whole entire game, and then the difference between the army is a couple of characters, maybe an elite unit, and then a whole bunch of different tanks. I don't.
I mean, they play different. They have different
Oh,
rules.
I know. But for the models, it just feels like you just. What do you have
I,
there? Oh,
I
I
mean,
got, I
what
got a
else
bunch
would
of
you?
Marines.
Yeah. What else would you want from the Horus Heresy? Is the thing because at its fundamental thesis, it's Marines versus Marines. Here's some plastic ogres. These used to be Forge World resin.
Are these resculpts of those, or like this is a totally new
Yeah,
reimagining?
these are new sculpts in plastic.
They're neat. I don't know about this gray paint job on their bodysuit spacesuits, I guess, because it looks like they're sort of jointed. They look like old diving suits, you know?
Yeah, that's kind of the way the Solar Auxilia in Horus Heresy is kind of modeled after. They have a lot of kind of like diving suit aesthetics going on. It's
Yeah.
very different from modern Guard.
And then we've got some more vehicles. These are various artillery batteries. I guess I feel like for Horus Heresy, like just put the orcs in. You know what I mean? Horus Heresy removed, Horus Heresy outer rim equivalent type thing. You see what I'm saying there? Just so you can get some different
Uh,
looks. Just some different
I
looks.
guess I don't
Like
know.
where are the demons at? The
But then,
the, the demons ought to be there, right?
uh, not really.
I feel like that, you know, they sort of what they do? They didn't call it legending, but they legend all those few armies for Old World, the vampires and the things like that. And everybody to a man was like, okay, but let's cook up some rules for these vampires because it's fun, you know. Like at the end of the day, I
Hmm.
think I'm pro fun. There must be 6 different ways to build this little battery with it's double tracks all the way around, and then literally anything you want put in the middle of it. It seems to be because we've seen sort of a mortar, and now we're seeing a direct fire battery, which is just a cannon, and then there was something else in the middle of it.
There's I think heavy bolters and then auto cannons.
Oh, look, they've got the Battle of Tolarn, a book for Horus Heresy, which I suppose will have all of this artillery in it. Um, I'm not loving this graphic where they're spinning the box around really, really fast so that you cannot see the back of it.
It's too much. Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: if you're gonna admit that the box has a back at this stage, I would like to see it. If you're gonna flash it at me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But for some reason they're not,
So there.
probably because the product
Yeah.
is not finalized or whatever. And I just feel that's really obnoxious. Okay, now here we go. This is going to be great for painting and everything.
Underworlds.
It's Underworld, and those appear to be elves of some description.
Lumineth. Yeah, they're Lumineth. This is a Lumineth Realm Lords release.
Now, are the Lumineth Realm Lords like a are they a separate part of the Deepkin or what?
So the Lumineth Realm Lords, they are the they are the offshoot race that is kind of part of Teclis once he ascends to godhood.
All right. I guess my
It's like
question
how
is,
you have high elves, dark elves, and wood elves in Warhammer Fantasy.
uh-huh.
In Age of Sigmar, you have essentially Lumineth Realm Lords and the Deep Kin and kind of Sylvaneth, all being kind of like different elven flavors.
But they're all in one book, aren't they?
No, they are not.
Or no, it's Ideneth Deepkin, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm gonna get another game of Age of Sigmar in, but it's not gonna be today. So you're gonna be able to use these guys with something in Age of Sigmar, presumably. They look incredible.
Maybe.
I love this guy.
I'm
I,
not sure. Yeah.
I love it when they put a bowstring on the bow, and that is stunting to a level that other game companies are just unable to do. But GW is like, yeah, we're
Hmm.
putting strings on the bows these days in plastic and able to mass
Hmm.
produce them where it doesn't miss. They're great. I always feel like the heavy metal team goes extra hard on those two. in the same way they do on Necromunda. All right, here we go. See, War of the Rohirrim, Hill Tribesmen Commanders. Who? Middle
You need to
Earth.
just watch the movie.
That's what I say to that. Where do you watch it? Where would you find? What's it on? Because that's
HBO Max.
well, we have that.
It was. I saw it in theaters. I saw it on IMAX.
Yeah, you and you. I bet it was a private show.
It was. Now it was a very decent 75% score.
It was. I mean, it's just strange because the Rings of Power show is so awful, and I think that messed up that movie. People might have been excited for some sort of Lord of the Rings anything if they hadn't watched the first season of Rings of Power just be soap opera CW $1 billion garbage.
I think the thing that kind of messed up War of the Rohirrim was they released it as an anime.
Also a strange choice, and
Yeah.
and a bizarre choice in the face of Amazon spending $1 billion on a TV show that looks and acts and is written terribly, right? But then we
Well,
don't we don't have any money to hire any actors to do a movie. Is the reason for animation is always because it's cheaper, right?
well, here's the thing: they're unrelated. These are not related properties at all.
Right, I know, because the Tolkien
Yeah,
estate is
this
all
this is a
chopped up and
Yeah, this is a continuation of the Peter Jackson side of everything.
what
This is all
what is?
Peter Jackson's doing. This War of the Rohirrim.
Oh, right, sure. Now here we've got straight Lord of the Rings dudes. I think the Warriors of Rohan commanders. They're neat,
Which could be used in War of the Rohirrim.
right? And the Riders of Rohan in a all laid out in a diorama, looking like when they look to the east on the which day?
A Red Day.
Oh, we're doing the thing where we're just silently watching. We're not allowed to do that. We must filibuster. Do we have any viewers though? I mean, we are going to have listeners on Spotify, presumably. And listen, folks, if you've made it this far on Spotify, listening to us filibuster this busted stream, we love you. We're proud of you, and you should be rewarded in some manner. And we have no way of doing that, but we're glad you're here.
It's cool. They've got the one guy modeled. I sound insane saying this, but the one guy modeled who's like really charging hard on his horse. But someone out there will know what I'm talking about in that big charge scene in Return of the King. The guy that's really getting it in the horse. They
Which
have him
one?
modeled.
Which one is he?
The guy on
The front?
the far right guy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
suppose
that's him. He's getting it.
they're
Yeah.
all excellent.
Now
They're
you know a lot of the riders in the movie were women. You know that.
no.
Yeah, a
Was
lot
that
of the extras that they were like, "You're."
was that because there was some stable with a lot of like a women's equestrian group or something there in New
I,
Zealand, or
I'm
what?
sure it was probably that.
Or was it
They,
to
I assume.
or was it to make the horses look bigger? Because that's another thing that you can do is put kids and
I think it was just a lot of the riders were women, so they were like, "Okay, here's a beard and a helmet.
yeah. No, I'm with it, man.
Here's Sigmar."
That stuff looked
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, there were not many movies after Lord of the Rings that used real horses, which is at
Now, what is
once.
this? This sounds like Grand Cathay,
This is Cities of Sigmar
but it's not.
getting added
I know
to.
well, it sounded like. Oh, it's a female ogre, and it looks like,
Yeah,
or
that's
not an ogre, and an ogre, ogre as they call it.
yeah, no, that's a big leg woman, boy. We are the wall. Um, The Free Guild Grenadiers. Let me tell you something, okay? Cities of Sigmar is the miniature range if you like a lot of crap on your models, man. They
It
are
is. It is excessive.
they are peerless. You hear me? There are jokers out here making models that have never made models, that don't know how to paint anything, that don't know how to sculpt anything, who are putting gubbins on their stuff, their blender things, and they are not getting half as much crap on their models as these Cities of Sigmar guys. Now, I got no use for that. I think it's ridiculous. It's too much. It's impossible to paint to any kind of standard. I imagine
Yeah.
every single time that the heavy metal team are told, we got a new City of Sigmar thing to do, it must be all hands on deck just to even get them done. However, I do know people that love just complexity for complexity's sake on their models, and boy, they got all you need. They're the only option. They're head and shoulders above everybody in just crap. They're showing a guy throwing a grenade right now. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 pouches that I can see from his front. 5. I miscounted. There's another on his belt. 5 pouches on the front of his belt. It's incredible. The Free Guild
Shaking my head.
Gallants. Just Oss is just shaking his head, trying to imagine this
Looking
nonsense.
at all this, like, where do you start?
Where do you start? This guy has feathers, fur, chainmail, a leather braided something. Okay, now we've got a guy in like traditional medieval plate, and he's incredible. Let me tell you something. We are about to see him at all the Golden Demons for the next however long. I
And look at
promise
this
you,
little devil dude he's got.
he's incredible. Let me tell you.
That
Look,
little devil dude with a key.
I'm talking a little bit negatively about these Cities of Sigmar just because I feel like that it needs to be said that these are so overly complex that it's not for me. However, in all of the Age of Sigmar models, and these guys are no exception, there are certain models that are absolutely showstoppers. And that guy in the full plate with the beaky helmet, showstopper. This guy with the banner, absolutely excellent. Here's a character that we've got, Yorvan Creel, heir to the Kraken, and he appears to be some sort of beastmaster with a cougar. I am just, I can't hear what they're saying, so I'm just giving you what it feels like it must be. He's on a tactical piece of roof, which is a new one.
Yeah, he's a survivor of Anvil Guard, it seems, which was one of the cities that was lost to the Cities of Sigmar.
He's in a really neat, very, very D&D type of leather armor that I like a lot. Here is Malice Forge Priest. I don't know if Malice is his name or his title. And he looks like,
Considering the two different heads, it must be a title.
yeah,
A Malice Forge Priest.
he looks like he's into some freaky stuff for reasons.
He's into the hammer stuff.
That hammer is placed in a wild spot to be just swinging on a chain.
Why do you think he's screaming like that?
Yeah, no kidding, man. He's gonna run across the battlefield with a wooden mallet chained between his legs and hope for the best. Here's uh,
Action
Axion
Pyrocaster.
Pyrocaster. Okay,
Action.
AQSHIAN, folks. So as I can't hear whatever
So
they're
this seems
saying.
to be the start of the replacement of the Battle Mage kit that's been left over from Fantasy that Cities of Sigmar has. So it seems like this is kind of the replacement for the Battle Mage.
I got to say, this Pyrocaster is a masterclass on painting red, just all the way around, from the fire to the cloak to the cape. Here's another guy. Ooh, is this about to be one box of character pack? The Amethyst
So
Male
what? Yeah, this
Mage.
is This is the replacement for the battle priest because the battle mages, because now this is the wind of death wizard,
The
the
necromancer
amethyst
dude, I
wizard.
suppose.
Yeah, this is the replacement for him.
So what was it, like a 5-pack back in the day?
I think it was like a three or four pack, and it made like some of the wizards. You had like fire and life and death and metal and light.
So what we've got here, we've got the cleric, we've got the necromancer, we've got the pyromancer. Now this has got to be its
Yeah,
own
I mean
thing.
the priest is different, but yeah, we're getting all the wizards back.
Erasmus Zahn is the enlightened one. It says. Now this must be its own kit, certainly. Hopefully those others come in a pack, right? You know, you get into that $40
I
per
think they'll be
single.
their own.
You think so?
Yeah, they're going to be $40 singles.
See, I like the new character pack
35
though.
if they're generous.
That's kind of cool. It's like a two-headed. I mean, they're calling it a chimera, I suppose, aren't they?
Looks like it.
It's a goat vulture mashup. Would that be how you would describe that?
Yeah, some
Ho-
kind of
hooved,
avian, a stork. Yeah,
yeah, hooved hind feet,
with a
goat head, snake tail, Pegasus wings, which could be, the bird, and then the front feet are like ostrich feet. So it's very strange.
and
I would like
yeah,
a little more
and the
close up
tail is
on
a
what the
snake.
rider is doing, but I don't know if we're going to get it. And then the gate gargants, who there appear to be a male and a female giant of some sort, or I suppose they're a gargant.
Oh yeah.
And they've got some sort of Gatling cannon on the top of their heads, which I always think is funny when they have like a pack that has a rider,
Hmm.
and their shields make an actual gate. So I hope that has some
Oh, that's
interesting
interesting.
gameplay mechanic.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
maybe if they're close together, you get some kind of defensive bonus.
Yeah, if you get the two
Or
of
maybe
them in
they.
engagement range with one another, within 3 in Age of Sigmar, I think it is. So then you get
Yep.
uh, who knows, maybe some aura of impassibility, possibly. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Hmm. But of course, they're so large that them being together would be enough to block people
Yeah, yeah,
anyway.
that's true.
Who kno- Yeah, who knows?
Donner's Triumph appears to be a piece of terrain. So I guess this is a new city's specific terrain piece. That's one thing though
Hmm.
about Age of Sigmar is that it still has some of those bananas rules that Old World has. Where
Yeah,
perhaps those gargants, if they touch and close the gate, maybe like you just from a parallel line uh, across the gate, like nothing can pass until you do something. Who knows, right?
that'd be
Slows
crazy.
everything down in an
Yeah,
aura like behind and beside them, right?
yeah.
Because Age of Sigmar, they don't care. They'll do whatever they want a lot of the time. Or you know how there's so much like uppy downy in Age of Sigmar. Perhaps if the gate's closed, that like draws a line, and you can't put your guys back, in enemy territory like that. I'm just spitballing here,
Yeah.
folks. I have no idea. Vendes Hounds again, more City of Sigmar. This is an
I don't think
interesting.
these are old. I think they're getting a rebox
Yeah, because there doesn't seem to
because
be enough
these
crap
two
on them.
these two characters. Well, these two characters were released separately, and then these Hound guys, those were released as part of Warcry.
I count one, two, three, four doggos, five doggos in the box, so that is a 100% must buy. Well,
Let's see what can come next.
that was a bit of war cry. People are screaming for
Oh, there's
40K.
more coming.
Well, there's more coming.
That
Here's some
wasn't. I don't think that was
papers.
Warcry. That was just more.
Oh, right, right. That was Age of Sigmar. I'm sorry. Here's a
This is the
10.
same video.
This is the same video that we just saw.
Oh no, it's not. It's not the same video.
Oh my gosh.
It's a different one.
It's a
Oh, this is the cog for it.
you are familiar with this monstrosity.
Yes, Shane. Sigmar players have been waiting for this since like 2015
This is crazy.
when Sigmar came out, because these have always been in the lore, but we've never gotten an actual model of it yet.
For our listeners, oh, Trey said something else. Let's see. Even these guys are unsure of what is playing exactly or for how long, proving they had no prep and were only given footnotes of what to say or when. Their timing for it is to segue is far too terrible. Yeah. Um. So this is the
This
Cannonade
looks funny with the
Cogfort.
back and forth animation.
I need to try to describe this for possibly just our listeners because it's new, uncharted territory for me. It's a castle on feet. It's a whole tower with
So
cannons
like,
all over it and guys with like with gun emplacements. Um it's very Infernal Machines. Speaking of Peter Jackson, as we were earlier, you remember that terrible movie? Um, yes, it's Age of Sigmar Orc Stompa, isn't it?
folks, if you have seen Howl's Moving Castle, this is Howl's fighting castle.
It's incredible. And again, in Cities of Sigmar fashion, it is just completely covered in nonsense. There is not.
This looks like a terrain piece.
It does look like a train piece, but it's on legs,
It's a
so I
terrain
imagine it
piece,
walks
but
around.
then you see the legs. Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I'm just saying it looks like a terrain piece.
it's
It's so
incredible.
large. You got
But
you
there's
got
guys all over
battlements.
it.
You have balconies. Yeah.
Imagine the sub-assemblies of this thing. Because you're going to want to paint all the brick and stuff separate from the guns and the woodwork, maybe, right? And some
Yeah.
of these gun emplacements are all wood and some are stone because it's like a stone and wood and metal construct. So
It's got a flamethrower.
you're and then once all that's done, there is some heraldry along the bottom, so you're probably going to want to do those banners and things separate as well. And then there's all the dudes that
Hmm.
man the various sponsons and things. So you're not going to be able to reach them to paint. Like you can't hold this thing to get your brush in. It's going to be 15 painting handles with dudes and stuff attached to it. It's outrageous. And now we're seeing a different paint job of it. Austin, they made the heavy metal team paint it twice. Slave
Yeah. Look
drivers.
at the boarding ramp.
It's
We got a boarding
incredible.
ramp. They have
Does the boarding?
this is.
You must be able to rig the boarding ramp up to like move, right? It's got to be one of those
I assume so.
party pieces like in a Land Raider, how you get the doors to work, right? This is
Yeah.
incredible. This is incredible. I mean, I am not going to start Cities of Sigmar army. There's no way. But man, this is something. Oh, did you notice
Yeah. This is.
in this version it has a closed top, but then the previous version's open top,
That's what I was looking at.
roof or no roof.
This is very tantalizing. Yeah.
I think this other build of it might that entire rear porch, the deck, might be a completely different setup than the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did they do a composite image or did they make them paint it 4 times?
I can see them doing it multiple times just so they have the models for the photos.
Austin, they did it 4 times because I can see that the
Yeah.
guns are different on all 3 in the picture we're seeing. Folks, if you do nothing else with this, go to our time, 1 hour and 14 minutes in, and look at these 3 cog forts. It's incredible. That's the start. I mean, look, they can talk about 11th edition. That's the star of the show. They're a model company, and they are good at it. Incredible.
Yeah, it's nice to see these finally out after they've been like teased and rumored for so long.
Wow.
Now this is what this is going to do. This is going to replace the steam tank that's currently in Cities of Sigmar left over from Fantasy. So they're going to be able to get rid of the steam tank from Cities of Sigmar once this releases, and then the steam tank can go ahead and just be its own thing in the old world, and it will no longer be a dual kit.
Yeah, they do dislike dual kits. You know what's wild is I felt like Cities of Sigmar had a ton of model range. I mean, I say that not having much idea of what all they have besides that it's all completely bespeckled with nonsense. But
Uh, they just mentioned this can be Cogforts can be used in any Age of Sigmar army as a mercenary.
well, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a big old
So
chunk. That's
these
a
might
big
become
chunky
the knight,
box.
kind of almost like a knight for Sigmar.
You know, and I like
What
that.
were you saying?
Oh, I was saying that. What was I saying? Oh, that seems like a lot of Cities of Sigmar release. And there's the Cities of Sigmar book, which I felt like was already out, but I guess it wasn't. Um, but that's got to be a near 1/3 addition to Cities of Sigmar, right? I mean, because I feel like they had quite a bit of stuff, and then they just
Yeah.
beat us over the head with a ton of stuff. We've got a new Spearhead, Cities of Ash. This appears to be Cities of Sigmar versus more Skaven. Now, I wonder if these will be new Skaven or the Skaven that we got recently. It looks like the terrain pieces
No
for
idea.
this are choice. Night Runners. I think those are new. I want to say uh,
Yeah, these are new.
YouTuber Vincey V loves him some Skaven, and I believe I've heard him bemoan that there is no new Night Runners kit. So he will be painting these over on
Have you
his
seen
painting
Have you
channel, I
seen
imagine.
the original Have you seen the Night Runners or Gutter Runners? I forgot which ones they are. Have you seen the ones that are currently for sale?
Certainly not. Are they?
They look like chimpanzees. They look like chimps running around.
These look like they stepped directly out of Vermintide.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gutter Runners. Yeah,
Now that has to be a dual kit, right? And then they're giving you two
yeah.
sprues.
That's what they're implying.
Okay.
Yeah,
So in this box, you're getting two sprues of Night Runner / Gutter Runner, and you build them both ways, and a character, I suppose.
yeah. hmm One's going to
Um,
be more of your kind of skirmishing slingers, and the other one's going to be more like
look
assassins.
at the paint job on this Deathmaster guy. This is again, if you are somebody that subscribes to the sort of theories of the GW heavy metal painting tutorials, you go ahead, knock yourself out, but you're never going to paint like this from that. These guys are going hard, man. They're using every trick in the book. This is not base coat, shade, highlight. That's not what this is. This appears to be another character, the Deathmaster Crixit. I suppose this is the named version of that assassin rat.
Yeah,
People are getting very excited over in the Twitch chat about all of these things. I do wonder, is the YouTube even running? No, it is not. Still spinning on my
I
screen.
haven't checked it forever.
I've given
I
up on
haven't
it.
checked it.
I've given up on it. And then the City's Vash Spearhead, it looks like they're showing us a terrain, and boy, this is some great terrain. We might have to do another terrain
Yeah,
talk
it
on
is.
the pod soon.
Look at all the yeah. Look at all the bricks.
All the bricks, the upper levels, they're sort of destroyed, but they're destroyed in a way that almost leaves the imagination to continue to fill in the verticality of the thing, which I always thought was
hmm
the brilliance of the old school 40k terrain. You know, the big Gothic ruins that they sort of just
Yeah.
stopped in their ruination, but you could imagine that they just continued on for into the sky forever, right?
hmm
I have not played Spearhead. I think I lack like two models of a Night Hunt Spearhead to actually do it. I kind of feel like that if you are someone who plays the big game, the smaller the combat patrol, the Spearhead doesn't make a lot of sense, at least not to me.
Well, Spearhead works from what I've heard more than Combat Patrol in that it's kind of its own game built in rather than Combat Patrol being kind of like, well, here's 40K with your hand behind your back
Right,
while
right.
you're playing it. It's kind of, yeah, you don't get all your toys, but here's some stuff to play with. Whereas Spearhead feels more like a complete game.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and I'm sure it probably is. It's just, it's a strange one for me because and I mean, I play some Kill
Oh,
Team.
here's an exciting video.
Here's an exciting
They're
video.
saying
It says
here's
Warhammer.
an exciting video.
Is it going to say
Well,
plus?
there's a bolt gun.
There's a bolt gun. There's a wrecked
There's
guy.
Warhammer.
This feels like it's about to be a video game. There's a Blood Angel.
Armageddon. Oh, this is the new edition. This is the new edition.
You think?
That's what this is because the rumor is Blood Angels are going to be the face of the new edition.
I'm not
This
mad at
is
it.
the new edition of 40K.
There's some orcs. There's a random ultramarine to remind you what you're looking at.
Now, if we see something totally new, we'll know this is the new edition.
Well, let's see.
Are these new?
No, that's the funny looking bike thing. There. Now that's a new orc thing. Some sort of walker tank.
Okay, yeah. Here we go. This is the new edition.
There's our new war
This
boss.
is the 11th edition, everyone. Are these tactical Marines? I'm seeing Marines with bolters.
Well, all of a sudden everybody had jump packs, so we'll see.
Chaplain on jump pack. That's a tactical Marine, it looks like.
I think you're like a second behind me.
I am a second behind you. I'm doing my best.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, there's a chaplain with jump pack. So
that's what's been rumored is chaplain jump packs returning.
Oh, here's a weird boy, I believe, who's spitting out
we
some
need a
hot
plastic
fire.
weird boy. Weird boys aren't in plastic.
Really?
Yeah, they are still resin.
Wow. He got unceremoniously exploded, it appears. But here comes the Wah. The question is,
there's the new orc boss.
And is Warhammer 40,000? Are they gonna hit it with
11th edition?
Are they? It did not
It's
say.
gotta be. This is 11th edition.
Well, maybe we can hear them.
Well, that's what this is. I'm gonna eat my shoe if it's not.
What's up with you eating stuff lately? You've got a hat to eat.
I'm in the mood for I'm eating articles of clothing. Hold on, did you say a new? Yeah, 11th edition confirmed. This is 11th edition confirmed.
Okay. So one of them said 11th edition. They didn't bother to do anything for a. They didn't bother to do anything with a graphic or anything. Because there was a real chance that their microphone was going to not function at this moment.
Yeah. Oh, he was like, "This is the new cinematic for the new edition of 40K." He said something like that.
Well, this is unfortunate that.
So here's what I'm saying.
What do they say?
Catch me if they're showing anything while I'm talking about it. But it seems they're just talking about what they think's cool. But what I'm seeing that's new for Space Marines, we got the Jump Pack Captain, maybe Primaris Tactical Marines.
It's new 40K. Try and look surprised, says the graphic presently.
What?
So they did the game. New core engine to power the Warhammer 40K game.
Oh boy, get ready to relearn the game.
Surely not a new core engine. Like, come on. That can't be what they're doing.
I'm going to turn the volume up.
Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, what are we talking about? Are we about to, like, rethink how we move stuff? The universe, a focus on a new region of the galaxy. Okay, fine. It's Armageddon, in case you didn't know.
Oh.
Armageddon, back to the war world. Okay.
I hate that I'm a second behind.
That's okay. I'm literally giving you all of the information.
I know. I'm like, okay, and then I like wait to see it happen.
Oh. Then they can't seem to get to the next slide now. I'm a little worried about that
Well, they're dropping the
new.
lore.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that new game engine slide.
Now we can either make the game even simpler, or we can slide it more towards Horus Heresy. Those are our options.
Well, here's my thing: is 10th edition has been a fine playtest for the core rules at this point, and you
Now
and
this
I,
get
you and
yeah
I were having a discussion last night about how
yeah.
reinventing the wheel doesn't make a ton of sense for any of these modern games because they're sort of function really really well in their core construction, and it would be a shame if we had to sit through a
There's the
year.
launch box.
Yeah, it would be a shame if we had to sit through a year and a half of them sorting out like tanks moving straight lines and pivots, right?
Yeah. Well, what it is like I told you, like we were talking about the bolt action edition releases feel very intentional on building upon the shoulders of the last game, whereas 40K sometimes it feels like they just like knock the system down and go, okay, we need a new one just because.
Yeah, which is
And hopefully this won't be what they're doing. It's just here's a new edition just because. Look at that! It's a modern reimagining of the classic second edition box.
yeah, which I mean, if it ain't broke. Also, it makes all the sense in the world as they constantly bring back, models from years ago and reimagine them in a similar pose, but they don't look like cartoons. It's great. Um, yeah, it just what do we the rules? Okay, let's see here. Oh, I wish I could hear them. We will have plenty to talk about this week on the podcast.
I,
A
if I hear any
unified
keywords, I'll let
experience.
you know.
Every battle more narrative, every battle balanced. All right, that's a big promise.
I like some of that. The implications, maybe not.
Um, yeah, more narrative. I love promising that they're all going to be balanced. And we are doing the thing where we're just
They're
sitting
breaking down
quietly.
barriers, is what they're saying. I know. I'm trying to listen to what they're saying and
Yes.
trying to give some commentary, but they are talking about breaking down barriers.
Oh, your codex still works. So we are doing in seventh to eighth, eighth to ninth situation. So that tells
Well, I better
me,
go buy that codex.
yes, you better. That tells me though that if the codex still works, which granted, kind of a funny statement because we talked about Gene Stealer Cult earlier and how their codex kind of doesn't work. The army rule doesn't make any sense, but you know,
Here's the thing with the codex. If it works, that doesn't mean we're running the same engine. It could just be what we're plugging and chugging into the engines now different. It's like all these stats and stuff are going to be used differently.
yeah, but all those data card abilities can't be changed.
Yeah,
Like they either work or they don't. 70 new detachments. Okay,
yeah.
so the codex works except the detachments are different. Interesting. Um, right.
70 new detachments start of the edition. That's what they said. Day the edition starts, there will be 70 new detachments.
Yeah. So think about that. If the codex still works, but there's 70 new detachments, then the codex doesn't work, or does it? Because the detachment rules, I'm less worried about conflicting with the new core rules than I am the datasheet abilities. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like dark packs are one little thing, and then the detachment is whatever. New modular detachment system for people who love Terminators and bikes. That sounds like some force organization, which I am quite happy about.
Oh, it better be.
That sounds like you can take so. you and I have gotten into bolt action, and it has a force organization that is very easy to get your head around. In that you have to take a rifle team, and with a rifle
Yeah.
team you get some other stuff. But then if you want some tanks, you got to take a tank squad, and then you have some requirement, some minimum stuff you have to plug into that to take it. And then if you have any points left, you can go
That's how
get
it should be.
heavy weapons
Yeah.
team, and it's great that way
Mm.
because you can't just splash a little piece of everything. That doesn't make any sense. You sort of have to say we're going to have this,
Yeah.
that, and the other, which I like. Um, the the chat appears to be upset on the Twitch about all of that, which, if there's anything I know about the internet, is that they love to be upset more than just about anything. Um,
It makes sense to me that you would do it that way, but go ahead.
I was just going to say the exact same thing. Any force organization is welcome in my eyes. Um,
Yeah.
but back to that core rules and the 70 detachments. That part is crazy to me because, again, the data sheet abilities are the parts that, if the codex works, what do we do with them?
Yeah.
Near objectives. No more circles.
Uh-oh, we're going to squares.
What? Something tells me that no more. Oh my gosh, we are going to squares. Are we going to squares? They've got a picture of a square.
No more objective marker circles. Instead, okay, instead what they said that you're going to be battling over terrain.
I like that. I mean, that's fine. A bit
Yeah.
obnoxious to try to stick stuff in. I think it's interesting that their picture shows like a square. Every battle is a story. I like that. Um,
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to pop out for a second, run to the restroom, continue, and then I'll pick up where we come back.
he's popping out, folks. But Austin will be back in just a bit. Every battle is a story is great. I love that. Uh, it does feel, at least when you're playing match play, that you just doing the thing. I really enjoy the asymmetric missions because it kind of gives you some narrative built in to what is happening, and then the battle actually reflects that. Um, but back to these datasheet abilities and the idea that the codex is going to work and how that interacts with allegedly a new core engine. I don't I don't believe them. I do not believe them unless all of the new detachments are going to be just a rebalance across all of them to bring the power level of detachments that you would use with the standard rules that we have now, essentially. Um, no more stratagem stacking is the next phrase. I'll touch on that in a second. But I'm very much interested to see what will happen with those detachments. Now, no more stratagem stacking is kind of crazy because you can't have multiple stratagems on something. So, is this just a sort of is this the
Who knows?
media team fundamentally misunderstanding the wording here? What do you think of that, Austin?
Uh, I'm not sure. Uh, it sounds like what they're saying is, uh, hold on. Okay, it sounds like you can't keep stacking stratagems in a phase, perhaps.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
can't
or yeah,
stay
one
hidden. It's
stat
now much easier
per.
to hide
Yeah,
units
you have
that
one
have
stat
yet to
per.
that have not yet joined the battle, the fight. What? So presumably there's some sort of ambush mechanic, I guess, or is it like a ready situation, like in Kill Team, where you have guys that are ready, or um, what is it? You've got a ready order and a like
Yeah.
down or hidden, right?
Mhm.
That's interesting. What are they saying
That's
about
kind
it?
of. It sounds like that's what they're. It sounds like that's kind of what they're saying is that. Yeah, it sounds like you can kind of park them on terrain, and if they're not being able to be seen, they're hidden. and you can kind of play
Combat
the
cleaned
hiding
up.
game until they're ready to act.
Interesting. Combat cleaned up. Fast dice rolling, combat activation, pile in and consolidate, charge measuring. So those are the things they've cleaned up? What needed cleaned up about combat activation?
I'm
Pile
not
in and
sure. They're saying fast dice rolling is now the standard.
that is the most like 40k from the overlord type of nonsense ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole construct of the rules being designed around a single attack being a single die rolled and then the wound and then the save all at once. The way that all the verbiage was based on that fact has always been absurd. So good.
Mm-hmm.
If they just merely assume that the fast dice rolling is happening for the way they word every single thing in the thing, it'll shorten paragraphs into sentences. Pile in and consolidate. Yeah, please clean that up because it is a bit obnoxious. It's too fiddly.
We can check our local chat.
Like it's already enough to measure the charge and not fudge that any more than is fair, you know. And then it's like okay, and then you get
Yeah.
3 inches, but has to go toward the nearest model and must touch base. But oh, and oh, you're fighting in the middle of a building, so you know get your tape measure out to scoot these guys around. It's ridiculous. Their YouTube never did seem to go. What's Trey say? We got 20 different army codexes or so, could get 3 each, or could also hint at the return of supplement codexes, perhaps for Space Marines, and everyone gets one more too. Combat
Combat
Disembark.
disembark.
Is this the return of the Rhino Rush? Will you tell us? I mean, Combat Disembark sounds like everything has a soul ramp.
So it sounds like you can charge the Rhino in, and then immediately disembark guys into combat. Is what they're saying.
Okay. I guess. Leaders always lead. Listen close on this, because that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, is this they're getting rid of those abilities that said when this model is leading a unit, he gets sustained hits. When he's not leading a unit, he
I have
forgets
no idea.
how. For guard, we've talked recently about how we actually want less leading to be taking place.
Okay, what they said is if the leader is killed leading the unit, or if the unit is killed, the leader still keeps the benefits that the unit had.
Right. So it's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Sorry, I had you muted just so I could hear what they were saying.
The Warhammer 40k app, your essential companion, in getting some serious update is getting some serious updates. Oh, well, that's good. I wonder if it's still gonna have the 10th edition stuff in it. Because that'd be a shame if it didn't.
Increased language support is what they're saying.
Okay.
English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, Chinese, Japanese. May have been a couple others I didn't hear.
Hmm.
Core rules, mission rules, something else.
I wonder about like the no more circles and the everything's every battle's a story and all that. Do you think that's
So
going to be
here's what I think. When I ran to the restroom, I had the thought of, how we were playing Eighth Edition. Not we're playing Eighth Edition, but we played at your house and we had the ruined buildings with the L pieces.
Mhm.
Not the L pieces forming a box. Maybe that's the objectives. Is now they're in like ruined boxes,
Well, what I was
and
just
you have to
about
get inside the building.
sure, what I was just about to say is um is all of that just going to go directly out the window the first time whatever the match play deck or however it's going to be comes along? You know
Could
what I
be.
mean?
I don't know. Yeah.
Similar to how um turn 1 reinforcements in the core rules, like Deep Strike and stuff, are totally allowed. But then in
Now look at
every
this.
yeah,
Go ahead.
this is the models. But then
Yeah.
in every match play or organized play guide, you're not allowed to do reinforcements until turn 2. And
Mhm.
that's just silly to me because it's like, well, what is a core rule? If there's not going to be an instance where it's done this way, why is it not the match play way in the core rules? And it makes me
Mhm.
wonder if this whole no circles is going to be the core rule missions or whatever they are. And then, and then we're going to get a match play deck that's like, yeah, so set your 5 circles out and yada, 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 right?
Mhm. Yeah. Look at these new intercessors. They are combining classic armor elements now with the intercessors.
Well, that's good. I mean, look,
It's going to have several different classic armor additions.
yeah, I think that's great. I noticed they're not calling them Primaris intercessors either. So are they tiny? Do you think?
No, they're regular size. They're just going to have like classic helmets and beaky helmets probably, and just bits and pieces of other stuff. Now the thing is, if intercessors get to become the new tactical squad and be able to take something like a missile launcher or something in their unit, that would be the big thing. Because
Yeah,
they're able to do that, then suddenly they're replacing tactical squads, and we're kind of going full circle and cleaning out more of the Space Marine backlog.
yeah, and I imagine they will. Um, I mean, those guys look good. Oh, here we go. Is this a new orc boy?
Now this is the weird boy, I think. No,
Nah,
this
nah.
is I think just an orc boy.
They showed us all kinds of pictures of the weird boy, and then bait and switched us to a new boy. He looks great, of course. Smooth monopose. People feel how they feel about monopose. I think overall it's better. It's better every time. It's it's so funny. People think they want all these posing options, but when the posing options are the robot, like this right here, what are we talking about? You're going to need
Hmm.
100 of these dudes. They might as well individually be doing something interesting, and then by yeah, sometimes you're going to have the clone effect going on, but you have that anyway with the old boys because again, it's right arm up or right arm left arm up or both arms down or both arms up. Like that's all you got.
Hmm.
We can confirm there is at least one squig in the box, and they're showing the dinkiest little tiniest squig that we've ever seen.
Squig fans are excited. They're cheering.
You'll need to wait a
Uh,
little longer to see the rest.
it's not painted yet.
Yeah, that's right. We spent too much time on the what were they called? The big forts, the cities of
Yeah.
Sigmar. We our guy's hands are bleeding from painting all that cities of Sigmar we showed you earlier. We couldn't get but one
Yeah,
boy painted.
they literally painted the Space Marine and this orc today at lunch. That's what they did.
That's right. They did it over at the well, they wouldn't paint it. They wouldn't paint at the Warhammer paints booth. They would have had to do it at the army painter.
Yeah, looks like they're wrapping up.
It looks like they're wrapping up. This
They
is
need to play the still. This is where they need to play Still Legion again.
yeah. Did we get Still Legion or did we not get Still Legion?
It's like they played it prematurely,
But I don't think
but
we
they
ever saw
need
any
to.
models.
Well, that's the thing. They were only showing concept art.
I mean, they showed us Space Marine and Orc Boy. That I don't. What are we talking about here? Well, do you think they're going to hit us with anything right at the end, or after 2 hours of this, should we let our non-existent viewers and the
Well, let's
Spotify
just let's
the
just see what they're
Spotify
let's
people
just see what
must
they're
be
doing.
tired by now? Should we let them go? You think?
Let's just talk about what did you find the most interesting? What are you most excited about?
The City of the Sigmar Cogfort or whatever it is. It's not even close.
Really?
Oh my god, it was incredible.
So 11th edition versus Cogfort.
We don't know anything about 11th edition. They didn't tell us anything. They told us our codex will work, but your detachment
No
might
more
not.
circles. Yep.
Which no,
No
none
more
of that.
circles.
None of that makes any sense. None of that means anything. They might as well have said 11th edition's coming and close the door. Like nothing they said made any sense. Oh, we're going to clean up the combat. Okay, how? What
Yep.
are you going to do? I mean,
Yeah.
pile in and consolidate. We just get rid of it because we could just get rid of it. It wouldn't make any difference.
Mm-hmm.
No, they didn't tell us anything. Here's the thing. If our codexes are going to work, then that means our detachment that means our datasheet abilities are going to work, right?
Yeah.
The fact that those are keyworded and universal special ruled means that the core rules are going to be the same as in 10th edition. Consider for a moment how a surge move is wholly defined in every instance that it is on a datasheet.
Yeah.
As a normal move that may go into engagement range, right? And all of its variants that are triggered for various things, okay? That means that a normal move is still going to have to be defined as a normal move. Engagement range is still going to have to be defined as something. So fundamentally, these things cannot change very much. They certainly are unable to change in what they're called, right?
Yeah.
When this unit makes a melee attack, it's the weapons in this unit have sustained hits. Okay, so a melee attack is a melee attack as defined somewhere, has to be. Also, if it says that goes back to our fast dice rolling is not the basis, but now they're saying it is the basis, or at least they claim it is for resolving the fight. We don't know if the core rules are actually going to be based on that new basis, right? Because that verbiage then would change, you see? Because takes on a new meaning unless the basis of making an attack is based on a singular attack. You follow?
Yeah.
So the entirety of the 10th edition core rules are represented in the datasheet abilities, and less so in the detachments. However, the army rule is on the data sheets as well, such as dark packs or what have you in Chaos Space Marines, or the WA, or get stuck in orcs, right? Therefore, the army rules must be the same, or at least called the same, which tells me that what these 70 detachments are going to be is simply going to be a power rebalancing. Now,
Okay.
that does bring up a new thing, which is that the AP and the killiness of this game is still going to be absolutely out of control. I said on the podcast just the other day, this new Iron Warriors character that came out, he gets +1 AP to stuff. He gets to lead the new mutilators. They have AP4.
Yeah.
So we're going to have AP5 on stuff in 11th edition.
Ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous. Perhaps they're going to come up with some kind of way to do that. Who knows? Maybe cover takes away all the AP, which this of course are melee attacks, so I don't know what you do with that. But I don't know. They claim that it's an all new game engine, but your codex still works. And those two things,
that's the sticking point.
Those two things are quite at odds, if you ask me. So we will see. Yeah. Spoiler alert, everybody. We're going to talk about this stuff on the podcast. If you lasted this long, this is the stuff we're going to talk about on the podcast. Not the next one you hear, but the one after. And until next time, don't forget to
stay